What's up, Raiders? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm bringing you guys the solo guide to complete this week's trial challenges and get 3 stars on all of them. Now, I've already completed my 3 stars on each of them this week, so I already have a strategy set up and I can explain to you guys exactly what I did and how I was able to accomplish this. Obviously, some challenges are going to be easier than others, and I'm always going to recommend you guys go to nighttime or at least the electromagnetic storm in order to 2 times the trial challenge points that you earn, and obviously make getting that 3 stars significantly easier. Now, we're going to go into each of these individual challenges. I'll explain to you guys what I did and how I was able to achieve it. And hopefully by the end of this video, you guys will be able to jump into your matches and knock out 3 stars for each of yours and put yourself in a good spot on the leaderboard, or at the very least, just get those rewards that you get for completing the 3 stars. So as you guys can see here, I do have the 5 available challenges for this week. We have damage wasps, download data during hidden bunker, deliver carryables, which is insanely annoying, by the way, destroy fireballs, and damage bastion. So let's go ahead and start with damaging wasps. Now, this is probably the easiest of this week's challenges just because wasps are extremely common. And honestly, if you could just choose to get spotted by the spotters or the snitches, I guess you could call them, there's always a chance that they'll even spawn more wasps and hornets in. And so you can essentially just get these guys to spawn in as frequently as you would like. Now, of course, you're still going to want to go in at nighttime during the hidden bunker or even in the electromagnetic storm. If you guys consider the hidden bunker is a 40-minute match, it could make a lot of these trials a lot easier, so keep that in mind. But it doesn't matter specifically what you do as long as you jump into nighttime or one of the modes that's going to give you 2 times the experience. And of course, just hunt for wasps. Now, something that does kind of benefit you, I think I did need to shoot about 12 wasps throughout my run, but during that run, I was actually running the anvil, which allowed me to pretty much, in a lot of cases, 2-shot the wasps. So if you were using something a little bit less powerful, it is possible that you would inflict a lot more damage before actually destroying them, meaning that you would actually need less wasps to hit that 4,000 score threshold. So overall, the wasp one should be pretty straightforward and easy to accomplish. Just make sure you stay in the match long enough. You can check progress for any of these at any time in the match by going to the logbook when you check your map or whatever the tab screen is, or the other version of it, I guess, for console or controller players. You guys can look in game at any time to see what your actual progress is, and you guys can keep track of it that way. I would again recommend going into a map that isn't Buried City at night, jumping in during any of those map conditions, and you guys should be able to eliminate the 10 to 12 wasps that you should need to be able to get your 4,000 damage extra successfully, and you guys will get your 3 stars on damaging wasps. Next up, we have download data during a hidden bunker. Now, this one isn't the most straightforward, but it is really easy, just depending on the lobby that you get. You're going to have to wait for the map condition, the hidden bunker over on Spaceport. You're going to want to dive in. It's a 40-minute instance, which again can be very good for some of these other challenges. You just want to run around the map while everybody's friendly. And the good news about the hidden bunker is a majority of the players you come across during these runs will end up being friendly because everybody wants to open the bunker. It takes, a few people to actually hit the satellites, and then everybody usually meets up there, eliminates any of the threats with the bastions, the bombardiers, the rocketeers, and then everybody goes in and just downloads the data and takes turns actually retrieving it. So what you're going to need to do in there is at least retrieve data from 5 terminals. And if you guys want to go above and beyond, I think there's 7 total, getting you up to 4,000, or even in my case, 5,600. Again, pretty easy. Just hang out near the bunker entrance. And if you get a good enough lobby, more than likely the people that spawn near the antennas will activate the antennas, opening up that bunker for everyone. And again, making this one pretty straightforward. Next up, we have deliver carryables. Now, this one was the most frustrating to actually get the 3 stars because you do need to deliver 4 of the field depot batteries or whatever you want to call those things to the actual field depot, put it in the machine, open up the door, and I think just putting it in the machine is enough to give you the actual points. You don't actually have to loot the stuff from it, but you can get some nice loot in here, especially if you're doing a free loadout run, I guess I should say. You guys can end up getting some backup ammo, some nades to work with, sometimes even bandages, shields, and just things that will benefit you doing those free loadout runs. But you will have to navigate to at least 3 or 4 locations on the map, and other people are going to be completing this. So the run that I actually was able to complete all 4, I was extremely lucky, and I spawned off the rip and ended up getting 2 in the same exact area, delivered both of them. Then I had to trek around the map to the other spots in order to be able to hopefully come across ones that people didn't already complete. I don't know if these are things that reset or if there's an ability to do them again later on in the match. But from my experience, this was what made this one a little bit more frustrating. I did need a match that not only I got a good spawn that was nearby one of these field depots, I also had to have good enough luck to make it around the map and have enough of these be available to get 4 in one match. Now, obviously, if you don't do it during the night, it's going to take 8. I don't even know if that's realistic. Just basically, you're just trying to hit that 4,000 threshold score. And even in the run that I did, I was probably able to even get more of them, but I didn't want to take the risk of heading to Hydro, which is one of the locations over on Dam. I definitely recommend Dam for this because I think there is more locations for these field depots. And a lot of the time, unless you have other people in your match doing the trials, I think most of them should be available in a lot of cases. But you're realistically just going to have to go in with a free loadout, which is what I did. Run to these different field depots. I recommend checking out the interactive maps if you guys aren't familiar with those, because not only does it show you the field depot locations, it shows you the possible locations of the batteries as well. That way you guys can find them pretty easy and deliver them, and hope you guys have a friendly enough lobby that people don't eliminate you in the process. It's important to note, though, once you do deliver all 4, you have to make it over to the exfil and get out safely, or that progress will reset. Next, we have Destroy Fireballs. Now, this one is a little bit frustrating for me as well, because I feel like just with so many other people having access to the exact same trials, I almost feel like in some ways, I guess it wouldn't work because some people would have easier trials and others would have harder trials and vice versa. But it almost in some cases feels like it'd be better if we had different trial challenges per user. So that way we're not all trying to accomplish the exact same thing. But for the Destroy Fireballs, I went over to the Dam. I went to the Research and Administration building. I ended up going into the underground below it, was where I found my first 2. I went up to the administration main level before you go up to the zip line, was able to find 2 more there, and then I circled all around the map using the interactive map to try to find fireballs in the other locations before I actually returned back to one of the areas I had already been, where I was able to eliminate 2 more fireballs. Now, in order to get this one finished, you are going to need 6 fireballs total, and it's more than likely that this one is going to be one of the more frustrating ones because a lot of the places that you do go to get these fireballs, people generally go to loot, and then they end up killing them anyway, even if they're not going for the trials themselves. But finish off 6 of those fireballs at night, again, recommending Dam as the location, and you guys should be able to exfil and get your 3 stars. Now, our last and final trial for the week is Damage Bastions. Now, you guys could choose to do this at any nighttime mode, or like I said, any of the map conditions that give you 2 times points. However, I'm going to recommend you guys head over to the Hidden Bunker when it's available, because again, it's one of those lobbies that's extremely friendly. Majority of the players are looking to work together, and there is a bastion that sits pretty much where the entrance of the Hidden Bunker is, if not a bombardier. And then you can kill that bastion, you wait long enough, and another bastion will actually spawn in. Now, it is possible to get the 4,000 required score in a singular bastion, but more than likely you're not going to want to be using the hole cracker for that. Or if you are using the hole cracker, you're going to want to try to blast the legs off before destroying the body, because you're going to get more damage in before actually finishing it off, which is the main goal here. It's not actual eliminations of bastions, it's damage to the bastions. If you guys really wanted to push the limits even further, you could realistically just try blowing off each of the legs individually using a heavy ammo weapon, specifically more than likely the anvil, and you guys could take a lot more time to eliminate it, but maybe end up with more damage overall. But once you complete the first bastion, again, after so much time passes by, normally a second one does come in, but if not, they're usually pretty easy to listen for, and there's more than likely another one available to you on the map. But you more than likely are going to finish off one bastion, then at least have to put some damage into another bastion. But I definitely think going in on the Hidden Bunker, because of the friendliness of the lobby, will give you the best bet. Plus, you can just have other people kind of help you work through it. Now, I actually got my most points doing it during the Hidden Bunker run. However, I was also able to accomplish this during a Buried Night run, where I just shot the back of the bastion whenever it chose to stop looking at me, and eventually started to fire on the back, blowing up one of the bastions. And then I went over and found a second bastion and just finished off the rest of the damage required using my anvil. So you guys definitely have a couple of options for some of these challenges, but I definitely recommend for a majority of them, just head into the Hidden Bunker instance. If you get in at the beginning, it's going to give you 40 full minutes to try to knock these out, and more than likely, you're going to have a lot of respawns of enemies during that time, making some of these a lot easier. But hopefully, me just explaining to you guys exactly how I was able to get 3 stars solo, kind of walking you through the mindset that I have for these challenges, will make some of these easier, allowing more of you guys to hit your 3 stars on all of them. If you 3-star all 5, you'll end up with 20,000, and in a lot of cases, depending on your leaderboard, 20,000 could be enough to keep you in the top 30, top 20, just depending on the rank that you are. That is going to wrap things up for us here. That is all 5 of this week's trials solo and earning 3 stars. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one.